Assalamu alaikum everyone. Okay everyone, we are just starting. Welcome to the HEC Generative AI training cohort 3. तो हम जो से स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं सेशन को बिफोर दैट पहले हम तलात कुरान पाक करेंगे एंड आफ्टर दैट सेशन को स्टार्ट करेंगे. लेट मी शेयर माय स्क्रीन. आई होप माय स्क्रीन इज विजिबल टू एवरीवन. काइंडली चैट में बताइएगा स्क्रीन विजिबल है.
Yes, Tala, we can see it. Yeah, please get that started. Bismillah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله الذي سخر لكم البحر لتجري الفلك فيه بأمره ولتبتغوا من فضله ولعلكم تشكرون وسخر لكم ما في السماوات وما في الأرض جميعا منه إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يتفكرون. तर्जुमा, अल्लाह ताला वो ही है जिसने मुसख्खर कर दिया तुम्हारे लिए समंदर को ताकि चले किश्तियाँ उसमें उसके हुक्म से और ताकि तुम तलाश करो माश उसके फजल से ताकि तुम शुक्र अदा कर सको. और मुसख्खर कर दिया उसी ने तुम्हारे लिए जो कुछ है आसमानों में और जो कुछ है ज़मीन में सब का सब अपने हुक्म से. बेशक इसमें निशानियां हैं उन लोगों के लिए जो गौर व फिक्र करते हैं. सरकल्लाहुल अज़ीम.
Great. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to HEC Generative AI training cohort 3 और हमारा ओवरऑल जो पाक एंजल्स का ये जनरेटिव AI ट्रेनिंग का सीरीज है उसका 11th कोहोर्ट है ये. तो पहले मैं शेयर करता हूँ अपनी स्क्रीन. So this HEC Generative AI training is a 6 weeks journey to really enable you with all of you with a very powerful and very transforming skill that you're going to learn, and you're going to be able to use it in your personal life and professional life. And I believe that is such an enabler. What we have seen so far after um, tens of thousands of people getting trained, and it will be an exciting journey for you. This journey, especially this cohort, HEC cohorts हैं जनरेटिव AI ट्रेनिंग के, ये इस मुमकिन हुआ है मुख्तलिफ पार्टनर्स की पार्टनरशिप के ज़रिए, कोलैबोरेशन के ज़रिए. एक तो मैं सबसे पहले NCAC और HEC का शुक्रिया अदा करूँगा कि थ्रू देम वी वर एबल टू रीच आउट to 2000 plus universities, and they were able to rally them, and many of people have joined, and we have received more than somewhere around 35,000 signups through this effort. So again, big kudos to NCAC and HEC. Number two, I would like to thank Alif USA. Alif USA जो UT लाहौर एंडोनमेंट फंड है USA बेस में, आई एम ऑल्सो बोर्ड मेंबर ऑफ दैट. ये जो है बेसिकली स्पॉन्सर कर रहे हैं इस प्रोग्राम को, तो इसमें फाइनेंशियल स्पॉन्सरशिप भी है, एंड टू कंटिन्यू टू एनेबल अस टू ऑफर दिस प्रोग्राम फ्री ऑफ चार्ज टू ऑल द पार्टिसिपेंट्स. एंड अलॉन्ग विद दैट थिंग, अलिफ USA के साथ उनका लोकल पार्टनर अलिफ पाकिस्तान भी है. और फिर सबसे ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट जो ना 6 वीक्स की जर्नी में जो पार्टिसिपेशन है, जो वर्किंग ऑपरेशनल पार्टनर्स हैं, वो iCodeGuru है एंड एस्पायर पाकिस्तान है. इनके बगैर कुछ नहीं हो सकता था. ये आई थिंक इट्स अ ग्रेट टीम एफर्ट. और टीम एफर्ट किस लिए? टू रियली एनेबल यू गाइस to contribute in your not only personal and professional life, but also into your nation's prosperity for the prosperity of Pakistan. That's the whole driving factor behind it, really, and that's why we are here. My name is Mohammed Arman Khan. I'm based in California, San Jose, California, Silicon Valley, सैन फ्रांसिस्को एरिया में, जहाँ पे न टेक्नोलॉजी प्रॉस्पर करती है, और अब तो ये टेक्नोलॉजी आई थिंक is getting and prospered in all very different part of the world, and we would like to see a lot more coming from Pakistan as well, from learning the tools and skills that you will be learning through this training. Today's session is an inaugural session. We started with a Quran recitation, extremely important to have a guidance messages to guide our life. And then we'll spend a little time on what Park Angels is and why generative AI, why it's such a push, important push. A lot more people, they recognize now generative AI and the power of generative AI today in the form of ChatGPT or Claude or other ones, Gemini, than almost 18 months ago when we started this thing. But however, there's still, I think it would be good to share that. We will have a sponsored address by Arslan Chaudhary from Alif USA. Thanks for joining. And then we will have a presentation from Naim Zafar as well. And then I will request Zafar Shahid to नईम ज़फ़र बात करेंगे एस्पायर पाकिस्तान के बारे में, और ज़फ़र शाहिद बात करेंगे iCodeGuru की, जो कि फाउंडर है iCodeGuru के. तो उसके बाद जो है फिर मैं और ज़्यादा डिटेल में जाऊंगा जेन AI की, जनरेटिव AI की अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ जो हैं. एंड दिस टाइम I've added one more important session, which is adoption of AI for mid-sized businesses. And the reason I'm doing that thing is so that we are able to start seeing what's happening in terms of enabling business, and what are the different aspects of activities around AI implementation and planning that comes through. That will be not only good for the people who are working in the existing organization, but also for students as well, so that they recognize that what level or what type of skills over time they need to get up to speed, which I believe that they can not only once they graduate and they will help these business, but even when they are student through freelancing, they can help these businesses after you learn these skills as we're going to share. So let me first talk about Park Angels a bit. And Park Angels, and the whole purpose of starting Park Angels, by the way, is one of the important initiatives of Aspire Pakistan. I'm a vice chairman of Aspire Pakistan, and is also our official partner in this whole 6 weeks journey. I recognize that there was no concept of angel funding in Pakistan to really help early stage startups to get on of their feet, and especially when they implement their demo or MVP or minimum viable product. And so to enable that thing, we started Park Angels, and became very clear that really to drive towards more creativity and to more enablement, we must need to enable our young and professional people and faculty, both, all of them with high value skills. And that's why this empowerment of our program started with generative AI. And then our objective is to really enable training in cybersecurity as well, and chip design as well. The basic strategic things that really matters in this new digital space. We want to make sure it's a lot of people, thousands or tens of thousands of people, they learn from Pakistan, so they can not only contribute in the success of implementing these solutions in Pakistan, but also serving the rest of the world, because that's the only way we can go economically better over time, is by earning a lot more from the global clients as well. So enabling people, empowering startups, and at the same time nurturing our talent on the ongoing basis, including some of the activities that we are also working on, how to increase the critical thinking, analytical thinking in our school children. And we need to start at the school children level, because in this new AI space, that's what matters. is what's going to matter is your mind and your creativity and your analytical thinking to still be able to relevant in this new AI space. Okay. So far, this effort of empowering people has been going very well, alhamdulillah. So over the last 18 months, we had more than 65,000 registrations for this program. We have run already 10 cohorts. This is the 11th cohort, as I mentioned. 22,000 of them received training, and 10,000 of them received the certificates. Again, we issue the certificate from here, Park Angels, Silicon Valley, and along with our sponsor partners, to only those people who learn, practiced, and qualified through quizzes and then participated in our hackathons. And so it is really opportunity for you. You have taken a first step joining this session. You need to take it all the way through 6 weeks. So that will be extremely empowering in your personal life and professional life. Why I say that thing? That's why I hear from people. This is what the survey result was from the last cohort 2 of HEC Generative AI training we did at the end of the training. And just see that most of the results is more than 90%. So training quality, 99%. Overall satisfaction, 97%. Motivation, they got further motivated through this journey, 96, almost 97%. Built application independently, 92%. Confidence, they are a lot more confident of their ability to contribute and to move forward, 90%. And hackathon value we do on the 6th, we do a 48 hours hackathon, and that allows you to build application and team environment, and that is received 82%. It was a first time experience for a lot of people going through hackathon, but we had last time we had about 174 ideas that were submitted, but that's amazing how thousands of people, they are learning and they are getting enabled. Now, I do want to say that thing, these are the people, and one of the reasons the percentage high are the one who responded at the end of the training. Those are the people who really stayed with us, which were somewhere around 1,400 people, 1,300 plus people by the end of the journey of the six weeks. So those were obviously a lot more committed. So they found the value. So it's somewhat swayed in that context. But the message is that if you stay with the program, you learn, you practice, you're going to find it similar type of value and basically from this training. So I encourage you very, very strongly, now that you have joined this journey, stay through the journey and take all the quizzes. There will be quizzes every week to make sure that you are learning, and also good way to revive. And every session we do will be recorded, will be available online through YouTube, and you will be able to watch those sessions, especially people, and sometimes they don't catch up fast enough. They are able to catch up on their own pace, and people sometimes they run into a conflict of time. They can watch it later on. So that's become. So this is another survey that was done after 3 to 6 months after the multiple of cohorts that we did, and the survey was done somewhere around mid last year after we have gone through 3 to 6 months of training. It's amazing. Look at this. More than 80% they had built application, improved their productivity in their life. And this is after, they have left 3 to 6 months the training, and then they participated into the survey. And then very interesting, which is really, I encourage all of you guys, as you learn, you find this thing extremely useful, like skill, train other people as well. We don't have to train ourselves, Park Angels or our partners. You can train to your people, your children, your brothers, sisters, your friends, doesn't matter who, but that's the key. Once you see the value that you're going to be, I've seen multiple of her parents, they got their children engaged into these trainings, or they train their children after this training. Launch the startups. It's amazing what, it's almost like 20% of the people, and they launch their startups. And these were the new ideas. These were the new ideas, and globally, you will see that thing as a. I'll share some hackathon results as well in the WhatsApp group. By the way, people who have not joined the WhatsApp group must need to join WhatsApp community, because that's the only way we're going to communicate on a daily or a weekly basis. In fact, daily that you will be communicating and sharing with you what's happening. And sometimes you will talk to each other and understand. Sometimes see what other people are doing, and that will, there's like a buddy system that gets created. So please make sure, if any of you who have logged in into the system, and there are more than 5,000 people that have logged into the system. And I still, when I checked last, it's somewhere around 4,400 people have joined the WhatsApp group. Please join the WhatsApp group, the one who have not joined the WhatsApp. It is extremely productive, and then you will find it very interesting. And then interestingly, started freelancing after this thing. By the way, this is a high value skill. You earn a lot more dollars per an hour than any other services right now that you will provide in freelancing. So it's extremely valuable in that financial point of view. And some of them, they've said no outcome. And in my view, I can write it down. Those no outcomes are directly because they did not follow up, they did not learn enough, or did not practice enough or so. So I think it's all within your own hand, be able to do. So let me just run through this. What is the generative AI? Uh, Again, I think ChatGPT is a good example. Many of you have used Gemini, and it's an AI, a new, like call it AI 2.0, which really creates images, videos, music, code, and more, and a lot of more creative things, because is able to see the data and be able to process it through as a neural network in a huge amount of data that human mind cannot, and is able to produce amazing outputs. That's what makes generative AI extremely powerful. Agentic AI is a part of generative AI, and which allows to have autonomous action taken using generative AI concept, but it's the same part of this thing. Why it's a game changer? Is it transforming the industries all across the board, globally, and all the different industries, not a single industry where we have seen where the generative AI. I've shared this white paper with you that shows about 25 different industries in Pakistan relevant to Pakistan. I've shared that at least 5 generative AI applications have been developed. Scan them through. It will give you ideas. It will give you motivation as well, and thoughts and what you can do in your respective discipline fields or so. And it derives a creative and cognitive and a task, which is, you have already seen some of them, but we will learn that through this training. And then enabling business and individual to work faster, smarter, more innovatively. And people who would not adopt, they're going to be left behind. People who would adopt, they will be enjoying the growth in the coming year. How big is generative AI? Is by 2030, $1.8 trillion direct contribution by generative AI activities. 86% of the businesses globally, they're gonna be transforming to AI. And that's why I'm gonna cover AI adoption into businesses in this session, later in this session as well. And then economic contribution through ecosystem point of view, almost $16 trillion of effect is gonna have. 2030 is only 4 years from now. So this is the case where, and that's why what motivates us, if we can have tens of thousands and hopefully hundreds of thousands of people learned and skilled in generative AI and participate into this ecosystem and be able to get a percentage of the $16 trillion by 2030, that what would drive the growth, economical growth by the people for the country, for their personal life, as well as for their country. So this 6 weeks training is laid out every Sunday and Monday will be a training session. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, this will be 2-hour training session, 8 to 10 p.m. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, there will be 1-hour training session, practice session from 8 to 9 p.m. So many times you may not get the concept very clear, or you want to practice. That's why those 4 days are given where people would, our mentors, our instructors will come on the call and practice it through with you, show you how to develop. And that's what really allows people to get on board. By the way, you don't have to know how to program. You don't need to be very technical. You don't need to be an engineer. people from all different fields are able to learn this skill and drive it by taking interest and participating and work through the practicing. So every week we will have a quiz covering what we teach in that week. And so there will be 5 quizzes, and then there will be grand quiz at the end. Passing grand quiz is a must, but then also passing the other quizzes is also very important to be able to get a certificate. If you don't pass those quizzes, then you will not get a certificate. So I'm going to stop here and request to all of USA, Arsalan Chaudhary, if you can raise your hand so that we can enable you, and I'll come back. Arsalan, आप अपना हाथ रेज कीजिए ताकि we can recognize you and then
एक्सक्यूज मी सर, अरसलान मुनीर नाम है कंप्लीट?
जी बिल्कुल सही है, यही है. प्लीज enable him. अरसलान आप म्यूट पे हो?
जी अब आ गया.
Perfect.
अस्सलाम
So
वालेकुम.
Arslan, please, you have up to 10 minutes to share about Alif USA and NCSE activities with us.
जी जी मुझे एक स्लाइड शेयर हो रही है जी?
Yeah, बिल्कुल हो रही है.
अच्छा, excellent. So first of all, thank you everyone, and thank you Anwar bhai. It's excellent, and it's really your vision itself, which is started from a couple of years ago. Really, you are, and with the partners, doing the amazing job, right? From that perspective, to preparing our next generation to compete locally as well as the internationally. From that perspective, I really appreciate your efforts and the partners' efforts from that perspective. Okay. Such an amazing job you're doing, okay, from that perspective. Team, with that said, really one of the Alaf USA, what is the Alaf USA and Alaf PK, right? I'm going to spend a few minutes on those really, which we are sponsoring, as Anwar bhai mentioned earlier, this training. Okay. So first, before I go today, I'm over here representing as a volunteer of the Alaf USA. With me, there will be Hassan bhai, who will be really sharing some his thoughts also. Our chairman, due to some other commitments, not able to come over here today, join us. And then he asked really to represent the Alaf USA, and from that perspective, right? So my name is Arslan. I born and raised in Pakistan, small village near Sahiwal. Done my bachelor's from Sahiwal. Then moved to the UAT for only very short amount of time in computer science, 1994. Then based on the culture, what was going on at the UAT, I moved to the Kazim University. I done the master's in computer science, 97 from the Kazim University. Before that, I got the President's Scholarship in 1992. That's where I met Dr. Yaqub Khan also. And that meeting with the Dr. Yaqub Khan and scholars changed me a lot. My vision, how to look the world, totally different from that perspective. And in addition to that, 3 principles really, which really I took always with me. Our founder, Qazi Azam, unki जो अमान तहादतीज, there is nothing impossible which you cannot achieve, right? जो उनकी है, that's one. डॉक्टर अल्लामा इकबाल का खुद ही कर बुलंद इतना अपनी खुद ही कर बुलंद इतना कि अल्लाह ताला पूछे अपने तकरीर से पहले. मैं इतना उर्दू में नहीं हूँ, लेकिन दैट्स द रियली जो शायर उनका था कि अल्लाह ताला पूछे आपसे कि आप क्या आपको चाहिए, ठीक है ना? तो वो ठीक है. और तीसरा, ओवरऑल के आप अपना बेस्ट दो, रिजल्ट्स आप अल्लाह ताला पे छोड़ दो, ठीक है. Which really guided me to really achieve what I achieved, which I never can achieve and certainly in addition to that, parents की और बड़ों की respect always. That's reason over here you see is I always call them my elders by. I never out from that perspective. ठीक है ना? These certain fundamental values will take you from point A to point B, and point B is where you want to go itself. ये यहाँ पे आप देख लें, हमारा बार कोड है, इसको स्कैन कर लें, अलग यूएसए की आप इंफॉर्मेशन फर्दर ले सकते हैं। कुछ मैं ये स्लाइड्स भी शेयर कर दूंगा, आपको यहाँ से भी मिल जाएगी। ठीक है, तो अलग यूएसए है क्या? ठीक है ना, अलग यूएसए हमारे जो यूएटी के अलुमनाई हैं, all the way from 60s to the more recent, which move in US, they come together and form the non-profit organization which called the ALAF USA to give back and give forward, right? Back home to the institute which benefited them itself to reach and what they wanted to accomplish in their careers, professional careers and personal careers. तो उसी को लेके हुए यहाँ से हम सारे जो वॉलंटियर्स काम करते हैं, इवन के बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स जो हैं, दे आर वॉलंटियर्स। ठीक है, वो काम करते हैं हम टू जस्ट हमारे नेक्स्ट जनरेशन के लिए। ठीक है, तो अलग यूएसए इंडिपेंडेंट है, यूएसए में, ठीक है ना, लीगल वैल्यूज हैं, ट्रांसपेरेंट हैं। हमने यहाँ पे एवरीथिंग जो वट एवर एक्टिविटीज वी परफॉर्म्ड इन यूएस एंड रजिस्टर्ड है, तो वो हमें सारी रिपोर्ट करनी होती है यहाँ पे। ठीक है ना, तो उस लिहाज से एवरीथिंग इज ट्रांसपेरेंट जो होती है, हम रिपोर्ट करते हैं। ठीक है, ये क्या है एल ऑफ यूएसए, देन द मनी विच इज रियली डोनेटेड बाय द अलुमिनाई और अदर्स, उसको इन्वेस्टमेंट करते हैं एंडोरमेंट फंड जो यूएटी का के लिए पर्पस के लिए, उससे जो भी इनकम होती है देन दैट फर्दर गोइंग टू इन्वेस्ट बैक टू द यूएटी इटसेल्फ। ठीक है,
सलाम, आपके पास 3 minutes और मोर हैं।
और 3 minutes, ओके, देन आई विल गो क्विकली। ठीक है, तो ये हमारे बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स हैं, ठीक है ना, फाउंडिंग चेयरमैन इनके, और ओवरऑल अनवर भाई भी यहाँ पे हमारे बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स में है। ठीक है, तो डिफरेंट ये स्लाइड्स शेयर हो जाएंगी आपके साथ। तो विजन हमारा क्या है यूएटी का, कि लेट्स वर्ल्ड क्लास इंजीनियर्स को प्रिपेयर करना विच दे कैन वर्क इंडिपेंडेंट, दे कैन थिंक इंडिपेंडेंट एंड कंट्रीब्यूट बैक टू द आवर नेशन एज वेल एज द वर्ल्ड। ओके, मिशन हमारा स्टेटमेंट है, ये भी आ जाएगा पार्टनर ओवरऑल। तो ये हमारे फ्लैगशिप इनिशिएटिव्स हैं। यहाँ पे मैं आसान भाई अगर आप थोड़ा सा इस साइट को इनिशिएटिव्स को अपने थॉट्स दे दें जरा। ठीक है, और टेक इट फ्रॉम देयर आसान भाई। मैं आप आसान भाई को हैंड रेज
आई थिंक अरसलान, हमारे पास टाइम कम है।
अच्छा,
और हाँ,
ठीक
अभी
है,
हम
चलो ये मैं अगर टाइम कम है तो मैं इसमें मेन जो है स्टेट ऑफ द आर्ट हमारी एआई लैब बना रहे हैं हम यूएट में, उसका इफ्तिताह अभी मोर रिसेंटली कपल ऑफ वीक्स पहले हुआ। दैट्स द मेजर इनिशिएटिव व्हिच वी आर कंडक्टिंग इन द यूएटी एंड सर्टेनली अदर इनिशिएटिव्स ओवर हियर आल्सो। दैट मैं स्लाइड शेयर कर दूंगा, आप यू कैन सी इट। ओके, ये कासमी साहब का शेयर है, ये भी आप हम शेयर कर देंगे, आप पढ़ लीजिएगा। ठीक है ना, I'm keeping the short based on the time. So Anwar bhai, you can take it back.
Thank you, Arslan. I really appreciate that thing. Again, big kudos to all of USA to continue to drive. There's a generative AI efforts, for example, and the AI lab is establishing in UET Lahore, and also not only benefit the UET student running and sponsoring this program, allows to benefit students from all 200 universities, engineering, non-engineering universities nationwide. So big kudos to all of USA. With that said, Naim Zafar, you have raised your hand, Talha. Could you enable Naim Zafar, and so that Naim can talk about Aspire Pakistan? Naim, आप
जी
म्यूट
सर,
पे हो।
नेम्स फिर मैंने आपको अलो किया, आप कर सकते हैं।
Yeah, ठीक है यार, I'm trying to find myself, but अगर मुझे हाईलाइट कर दें मेरा वीडियो भी, और आई वांट टू शेयर सम
Yeah,
स्लाइड.
we can see you in name.
Okay. Well, and then let me just say that I'm very happy to be part of this. My name is Naim Zafar. I'm coming to you from Silicon Valley, and I'm a chairman of Aspire Pakistan, which is, and Park Angel and Aspire, they have come together, and just wanted to show you in next 5 to 10 minutes what is Aspire Pakistan and what do we do. So just to give you some sense that our vision. By the way, I'm also a entrepreneur. I've done 7 startup companies, 5 times as a CEO. So a lot of the technology products you use, we invented them. So like fingerprint sensor on your mobile phone and your laptop. So now we are helping Pakistani entrepreneurs and people in Pakistan to become prosperous through entrepreneurship and internet. And now AI has leveled the playing field. So this is all about mission of Aspire is to connect the Pakistani diaspora, and through trainings like Anwar Saab is doing, to bring this technology so everybody can benefit. This is our objective. This is our goal. That's what we are doing. I'm also a professor at University of California, Berkeley, and Northeastern University. So I teach entrepreneurship. So this is our goal. So the initiative we have taken under Aspires are these 4 initiatives. We have something called National Idea Bank, when we've partnered with universities and we help people who have ideas to take and shape the ideas. So these could be a potential startup companies. We mentor people and show them you don't have to wait for a job with an MNC or government job. You can start your own company. And we have helped thousands of people do that. Founders Edge, it also is another program which we offer. All of these programs are offered for free. The whole organization runs on donation and people donating their time, like myself, Anwar Saab, and a bunch of other people like Hassan Sayed, who is our founder and CEO. So I'll tell you a little bit more about these programs. But for example, Founders Edge program is basically to give them the skills and knowledge so people can start companies. Also, career planning. Anybody can seek mentorship, and from us, we'll connect you, we'll guide you how you can shape your career. My final year project that could turn into a startup. All the generative AI tools could be used. And other things we have done is working with 23 universities. We have multiple cohort have gone through. Thousands of people have been trained. So my point is all these resources are available to you for free. Why? Because I'm from Lahore. Anwar is from Karachi. We have built our lives and benefited from what Pakistan gave us and how we are able to carve our niche in America. So now we want to help all of you to reach the same objectives. So if you look here, Park Angels, which started by Anwar Khan Saab, is finding companies who are ready to go forward, raise money, and we take them through a series of process so we can make them fundable. And we have done hundreds of workshops in guiding people how to do that. Finally, we have a mentoring program. Any one of you use the link on the screen can join a mentoring program. So this is the kind of things available to you. It doesn't cost you anything. All that is coming from Aspire Pakistan. Another one initiative we have is Science Ki Dunya, in which we're trying to shape not just hundreds of people, thousands, but over 1 million people have joined. We're trying to teach them about science in Urdu and local languages. So there's lots of videos, articles, discussion forums. So knowledge is at your hand. All you have to do is stop watching TikTok, start jumping on generative AI tools so you can benefit, you can guide your career, you can start making money. So we have a bunch of programs. We'll be able to help any one of you who wants to step up, whether you're a student or an entrepreneur or wants to scale your company. So I look forward to connecting with you guys and being helpful to you, because these initiatives are for you to benefit from. So please connect with us, join Aspire, and we are ready to take you to the next level in your career. Anwar,
Thank you,
back to
Naeem.
you.
I appreciate that thing. And again, Naeem also went to UET Lahore. So I did. UET Lahore से मैंने graduate किया था, और Lahore. Actually, I grew up in Lahore and grew up in Lahore, and now I'm based in Karachi. So it's a team effort. Amazing. And thanks again, Naeem. And please, you're welcome to stay and hear about iCodeGuru as well. Zafar Shahid साहब, आप तला ज़रा जफर सईद को ना enable करें and then
Assalamu alaikum.
allow him to. वालेकुम सलाम सर.
So, sir, I would like to share my slides. So, name is Zafar Saab.
नाइम आप हाँ ऑफ कर दें.
Thank you
Are
very
you
much. So, it's always a
तो थोड़ा
pleasure
सा
to
जफर शाहिद जो हैं
listen
वो
from you.
फाउंडर हैं iCode Guru के. एंड iCode Guru जिस तरह इंस्पायर पाकिस्तान iCode Guru इज़ आवर ऑपरेशनल पार्टनर है. यही हमारा पूरा नेटवर्क जो है ट्रेनर्स का और मेंटर्स का, एन अमेजिंग नेटवर्क ऑफ young people teaching each other that Zafar Shahid Saab has developed, and then also guiding them to go get a scholarship. Let's hear from Zafar himself.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you, sir. Name is Zafar. Thank you, Anwar Khan Saab. Both of you are my mentors, and I learn a lot from you. And all three of us right now are talking to all the students from Silicon Valley, California. This is a beautiful morning over here, 8:35 a.m. So, and first of all, thank you all the students for joining us, for giving us the opportunity to talk to you and to share with you our learnings and to share with you where the opportunities are. और iCode Guru पे हमारा एक सिंपल गोल है, just to give you the confidence that there are ample opportunities on the planet. Life is not difficult, and you can have your own pie of the cake too. जिंदगी मुश्किल नहीं है. ये ना सोचें कि जॉब्स खत्म हो रही हैं, ये ना सोचें कि पता नहीं क्या होने वाला है. लाइफ इज ब्यूटीफुल. अल्लाह ने आपको एक दफा दी है. ऐसा ना हो कि आप अभी टेंस होकर गुजारें और जब आपकी एज 50 ईयर्स हो तो आप कहें कि यार मैं तो ऐसे घबराया हुआ था, मैं लाइफ एंजॉय नहीं कर सका. तो दैट माइंडसेट वी हैव टू बिल्ड राइट नाउ. सो लिटिल बिट अबाउट iCode Guru. तो iCode Guru बेसिकली एक फ्री प्लेटफॉर्म है. अभी हमारे पास पूरे पाकिस्तान से 125,000 स्टूडेंट्स से ज़्यादा हैं. हम दिन में, जिस तरह ये जूम सेशन हो रहा है, इसी तरह जूम सेशंस में हम दिन में 20 घंटे पढ़ाते हैं, 7 डेज अ वीक. और महीने में एक दफ़ा हम स्टूडेंट्स को किसी इंटरनेशनल इवेंट में लेके जाते हैं. जिस तरह भी हमारे स्टूडेंट्स जा रहे हैं स्टैनफोर्ड कोडिंग प्लेस में टीचिंग के लिए. लास्ट ईयर 241 स्टूडेंट्स गए थे. फिर अभी हम हार्वर्ड के कंपटीशन में जा रहे हैं. लास्ट ईयर हार्वर्ड में हमारे 750 स्टूडेंट्स ने सब के सब क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करके नंबर 1 पोजीशन हासिल की थी. अभी यूसी बर्कले का कंपटीशन आ रहा है, उसमें जा रहे हैं. उसमें पाकिस्तान टॉप पे था लास्ट ईयर नंबर ऑफ पार्टिसिपेंट्स के लिहाज से. और एमआईटी का कंपटीशन अभी जस्ट खत्म हुआ है. दीज आर जस्ट सम ऑफ द एग्जांपल्स. इसके अलावा हम स्टूडेंट्स को फुल्ली फंडेड स्कॉलरशिप्स के लिए गाइड करते हैं, जिसकी वर्थ होती है 15 to 20 करोड़ पाकिस्तानी रुपीस. एंड इट डज नॉट टेक इवन अ सिंगल पेनी. आपको 1 रुपया नहीं चाहिए, आपको कोई बैंक स्टेटमेंट नहीं चाहिए, आपको किसी की सिफारिश नहीं चाहिए. You can be a graduate of any university in Pakistan जो कि HEC से recognized है, और आपका CGPA 3 से ऊपर होना चाहिए. और हमारा अभी तक जिन स्टूडेंट्स ने अप्लाई किया है, और सक्सेस रेट इज मोर देन 90%. इट इज वेरी रेयर कि किसी स्टूडेंट का ना हो. एंड द रीजन, देयर आर एनफ स्कॉलरशिप्स अवेलेबल. अगर कोई साथी गाइडेंस के साथ सही तरीके से अप्लाई करे तो देन देयर इज अ बिग अपॉर्चुनिटी, मोर देन 90% चांस कि उसे स्कॉलरशिप मिल जाएगा. तो आते हैं जनरेटिव एआई की तरफ. तो जनरेटिव एआई इज अ सब डोमेन ऑफ एआई. एआई बेसिकली 2 किस्म की होती है. एक डिटर्मिनिस्टिक होती है, जिसमें एआई कोई चीज फाइंड आउट करती है. फॉर एग्जांपल, हम एआई को कह सकते हैं कि बताएं इस पिक्चर में कितने लोग हैं, तो एआई डिटरमिन करेगी, फाइंड आउट करेगी. दूसरी जो मेन अभी चीज है, जो भी नया ये है, दैट इज जनरेटिव एआई. जनरेटिव में एआई नया डाटा, नया नॉलेज क्रिएट करती है. आप एआई को टास्क दें, ये जस्ट लाइक ह्यूमन उस टास्क के बारे में सोच के उसे सॉल्व करेगी. और उसका जो लेटेस्ट ट्रेंड्स है वो एजेंटिक एआई है, जिसमें आप इंडिपेंडेंट एजेंट्स बनाते हैं. एजेंट्स आप समझ लें कि वर्चुअल असिस्टेंट जिस तरह होते हैं वो है. मसलन अभी एजेंट्स अवेलेबल हैं जो आपके लिए डेली शॉपिंग कर सकते हैं, ग्रोसरी कर सकते हैं कि आपने वेजिटेबल्स कौन सी लेनी है, फ्रूट कौन सा लेना है, आपने इसके अलावा जो नॉर्मल चीज़ें वो कैसे लें, आप ऐसे एजेंट्स बना सकते हैं जो दुनिया भर में सेल पे नज़र रखें कि भाई मैंने लैपटॉप लेना है, वेबसाइट्स चेक करते रहो किस पे कब अच्छी सेल है तो मुझे बताना है। इसी तरह एनीथिंग यू कैन थिंक ऑफ, यू कैन हैव एजेंट फॉर दैट। सो दैट इज द लेटेस्ट थिंग हैपनिंग राइट नाउ। इस कोर्स का पर्पस क्या है? इस कोर्स का पर्पस ये है कि हम आपको ये बताएं कि लेटेस्ट एंड ग्रेटेस्ट क्या हो रहा है ताकि हम दुनिया से पीछे न रह जाएं। तो अभी एआई की वजह से नेचर ऑफ जॉब्स चेंज हो रही है और उससे काफी कंसर्न भी पैदा हो रहा है कि ऐसा तो नहीं है कि एआई की वजह से जॉब्स खत्म हो जाएंगी या हम बेरोजगार हो जाएंगे। तो एक बात याद रखें कि एआई कोई जॉब खत्म नहीं कर रही, ना करेगी। हाँ, वो लोग जो एआई सीख लेंगे वो आपकी जॉब में आपको रिप्लेस कर देंगे। दैट इज अ गिवन, दैट इज गारंटीड। क्योंकि एआई से जो परफॉर्मेंस है आपकी वो तकरीबन कम से कम 10x बेहतर हो जाती है। मेरी जो अपनी एआई यूज करने से परफॉर्मेंस है वो 10x बेहतर हो गई है। इट इज नॉट एग्जैजरेशन, इट हैज हैपेंड। तो क्या ऐसा पहली दफा हो रहा है कि जब इंसान के जिंदा रहने का, जॉब्स की नेचर, जॉब्स का स्टाइल सब कुछ चेंज हो रहा है? नहीं, इससे पहले भी ऐसा हो चुका। तो जाते हैं आज से हम तकरीबन 300 ईयर्स अगो, जब इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन आया था। इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन से पहले यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स में 70% लोग एग्रीकल्चर से रिलेटेड थे। 70%, एवरी 2 people out of 3 वर डूइंग एग्रीकल्चर इन द यूएसए। जब इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन आया तो ये 70% से कम होकर 2% रह गए। 68% लोग अनएम्प्लॉयड हो गए आज से 3 साल पहले यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स में। तो जब ये अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट हुई तो यू कैन सी द मैसिव स्केल। जिस तरह पाकिस्तान में भी 25 करोड़ लोग हैं, आप सोचो उनमें से 15 करोड़ बेरोजगार हो जाएं तो क्या बनेगा। तो उस टाइम भी लोगों को ऐसे लगा कि पता नहीं जॉब्स खत्म हो गई है, दुनिया खत्म हो गई, अब तो मशीनें आ गई हैं, हमें जरूरत ही नहीं रही। लेकिन ह्यूमन री इनोवेटेड इटसेल्फ, नई जॉब्स की टाइप्स आई, सिटीज ग्रो होना शुरू हो गई, लोग देहात को छोड़ के सिटीज में आना शुरू हो गए क्योंकि देहात में इतनी लेबर की जरूरत नहीं रही। तो दैट वाज अ पैराडाइम शिफ्ट, बिग पैराडाइम शिफ्ट, बट ह्यूमन सर्वाइव्ड आउट ऑफ इट। इसी तरह 1890s में एक वाइट अमेरिकन था, उसने न्यूयॉर्क में एक एम्ब्रॉयडरी, वुड एम्ब्रॉयडरी की मशीन बनाई, लकड़ी पे एम्ब्रॉयडरी करने वाली। उसने सेल करने की कोशिश की, नहीं हुई। उसने उसी मशीन को थोड़ा सा चेंज किया तो वो स्विंग मशीन बन गई, सिलाई मशीन, कपड़े सीने वाली मशीन जिसे हम जानते हैं। उस वक्त एक शर्ट को स्टिच करने में 30 आवर्स लगते थे, लेबर के 30 आवर्स। जब स्विंग मशीन आई तो इट रिड्यूस फ्रॉम 30 आवर टू 30 मिनट। तो व्हाट डज इट मीन कि हर 30-40 जो कपड़े स्टिच करने वाले थे उनमें से एक रह गया, बाकी बेरोजगार हो गए। और उस वक्त दुनिया में कपड़े स्टिच करने का बिजनेस बहुत ज्यादा था, बहुत ज्यादा लेबर इसमें इन्वॉल्व थी, बहुत सारे लोग ये काम, इट वाज वन ऑफ द मेन जॉब्स। वो पैराडाइम शिफ्ट आया और ह्यूमन, उसके बाद भी ऐसा लगा कि अब तो जरूरत ही नहीं रहेगी किसी की। लेकिन जिन लोगों ने जल्दी से इस चेंज को एक्सेप्ट किया, उन्होंने नए टूल सीखे और नई जॉब्स ढूंढ ली। जो लोग वहीं पे बैठे रहे और डरते रह गए कि नहीं पता नहीं जॉब्स खत्म हो गई हैं, अब मैं क्या करूंगा, वो पीछे रह गए। तो जब भी पैराडाइम शिफ्ट होता है, द ट्रिक इज टू लर्न द न्यू स्किल सूनर देन अदर्स, ताकि जो नई जॉब्स पैदा हो रही हैं आप उसमें जा सकें। तो आप में से जिन लोगों ने अभी तक जनरेटिव एआई का कोर्स नहीं लिया या इस तरह के या एआई अनेबल्ड नहीं हुए, तो मैं आपको ये बड़ी जिम्मेदारी से बता रहा हूं कि इट इज सरप्राइजिंग कि अभी तक आपको जॉब मिली हुई है। अदरवाइज यू आर नॉट एम्प्लॉयबल राइट नाउ, यू आर आउटडेटेड। इस इंडस्ट्री में आपकी ज़रूरत नहीं है, इस एज में आपकी ज़रूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि आप ही की डोमेन का एक बंदा जिसने जनरेटिव एआई का ये वाला कोर्स ले लिया, एजुकेट हो गया, वो आपसे कम से कम 10 गुना ज़्यादा एफिशिएंट है। जो काम आप सारा दिन 8 घंटे लगा के करते हैं, वो शायद आधे घंटे में कर लेता है या 1 घंटे में कर लेता है। तो लेट अस सेलिब्रेट दिस पैराडाइम शिफ्ट, लेट अस एम्ब्रेस इट, लेट अस वेलकम इट। आए हम इसको वेलकम करते हैं, एम्ब्रेस करते हैं, अपने आप को ज्यादा एफिशिएंट बनाते हैं और नई जॉब्स लेते हैं, जो नई नेचर की जॉब्स प्रोड्यूस हो रही हैं। पैराडाइम शिफ्ट में एक और चीज होती है जो कि हमें समझने की जरूरत है, एंड दैट इज कि जो नेशंस की या इंडिविजुअल्स की रेस होती है वो दोबारा रीसेट हो जाती है, दोबारा सब पॉइंट जीरो पे आ जाते हैं कि अब नई रेस स्टार्ट होगी। आज से 30 साल पहले सॉफ्टवेयर की रेस आई, जिसमें हमारा पड़ोसी कंट्री पूरी दुनिया में सबसे आगे निकल गया और डेवलप्ड नेशंस के बराबर खड़ा हो गया, टेक्निकली भी फाइनेंशियली भी। और हमारी सॉफ्टवेयर की रेस, हम अब सॉफ्टवेयर की रेस में अभी तक दौड़ना ही शुरू नहीं किया, हम बहुत पीछे रह गए, हम टेक्निकली भी पीछे रह गए, फाइनेंशियली भी पीछे रह गए, और इतना पीछे रह गए कि अब हमारे पड़ोसी हमारा मजाक उड़ाते हैं। तो ये जो पैराडाइम शिफ्ट हो रहा है, इसमें अब दोबारा रेस स्टार्ट हो रही है। तो इट इज अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर अस कि अब हम पीछे ना रहें, अब हम बाकियों से भी पहले अपनी रेस स्टार्ट कर दें, बाकी दुनिया से आगे निकल जाएं और दुनिया को बताएं कि भाई हम भी एग्जिस्ट करते हैं, दुनिया को बताएं कि हमारे पास भी ब्रेन है, और दुनिया को बताएं कि हम भी सबसे आगे निकल सकते हैं। हमारे पास पाकिस्तान में से तमाम जो टेक्नोलॉजी चाहिए इस चीज़ के लिए वो अवेलेबल है, इंटरनेट की स्पीड अवेलेबल है, हमारे पास हाईएस्ट रेशियो है दुनिया में सेल फोन यूज़ करने की, लैपटॉप यूज़ करने की, और यही चीज़ चाहिए, इसके अलावा कोई चीज़ नहीं चाहिए। नॉलेज आपको इस कोर्स से मिल जाएगा, और अगर आप इस कोर्स में रेगुलर रहे तो आई गारंटी यू कि यू विल बी अ बेटर वर्जन ऑफ योर सेल्फ बाय द एंड ऑफ द कोर्स, एंड you will have higher dreams, you will have better hope in life, और आपका जो जिंदगी को देखने का स्टाइल है वो भी बदल जाएगा। तो आई वुड स्टॉप ओवर हियर। सो थैंक यू वेरी मच अनवर खान। सो माशाल्लाह, यू आर यंगर देन मी, यू आर यंगर देन मैनी ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स। आपको जो जोश है, ये आई थिंक 10th या 11th को हॉट है आपका, और मैं देख रहा हूँ कि यू आर लीडिंग दिस सेल्फलेसली। तो आप क्या कहते हैं कि जब अपनी जॉब कर रहे थे उस वक्त आप कम बिजी होते थे, इस कोर्स की वजह से आप ज्यादा बिजी हो गए हैं, लेकिन नेशन सलूट्स यू, तो ये कौम आपको याद रखेगी। थैंक यू सर,
Thank you, Zafar.
दैट्स ऑल फ्रॉम मी।
Appreciate that thing. And again, I will reiterate two important messages. One is from Aspire Pakistan, uh, that many different programs, they are available for entrepreneurship, final year project, mentorship, ideas generation, all sort of different things that you can benefit, and especially साइंस की दुनिया आप समझें, उर्दू में समझें, और ये अभी I think that they're all beneficial program for you. For any of you, doesn't matter what universities are you're from Pakistan, you should join and leverage from those. Similarly, I will say the same thing for iCodeGuru. सफ़र साहब ने जिक्र नहीं किया कि जो स्कॉलरशिप इन्होंने गाइड करवाई हैं और लोगों को मिली हैं, खासतौर पे लास्ट 18 मंथ्स में एकदम से बहुत ही तेज़ी से एक्सलेट किया, थैंक्स टू his effort and his vision through iCodeGuru. These are the students from all different universities. They are not from top 5 universities. In fact, most of them, they are not from top 5 universities. They are from all sorts of different universities, from smaller towns, smaller, bigger cities, it doesn't matter, tier 2, tier 3 universities. It is, alhamdulillah, पाकिस्तान में टैलेंट बहुत है, सिर्फ गाइडेंस की ज़रूरत है, वो आप लोग हैं सब टैलेंट। आप गाइडेंस लें iCode Guru को प्रोग्राम को, और आप आगे सीखना चाहते हैं तो आप स्कॉलरशिप प्रोग्राम लें, आप जनरेटिव एआई और आई सी द पाक एंजल्स एंड विल कंटिन्यू टू प्लीज ज्वाइन iCode Guru, ज्वाइन Park Angels, and follow Park Angels on LinkedIn as well, and so is Aspire Pakistan. और उसके साथ ही मैं ये कहूँगा कि अगेन थैंक्स फॉर Alif USA to be able to really open up their vision not only for UET Lahore students, which is important, which will continue to participate in various different programs for UET Lahore, but to all the students nationwide and the professionals and everyone also. So with that, I think I again appreciate that. And we're going to go into the next session. That will be go deeper into the Park Angels opportunities and as well as what does it mean when it comes to implementation for a business. The reason I decided to add this session on implementation for business, because it gives you a really 360 view what this means and how not only when if you are working for an organization, how you can enable into your organization, lead that thing, and it's a great opportunities. And I always seen that the difference between expert versus non-expert is only what you know, what you don't know. So this is the time for any of you. By the way, there are about 1,800 people that joined this session, and right now there are about 1,700 plus right now. So somewhere between 17 to 1,800 people. All of you have a huge opportunity to become an expert, whether you are in a classroom or whether you are in a job or in a faculty member. And by learning and be able to demonstrate, practice, and implementing various different solutions as you will learn, and we'll go through that thing. So in terms of as you learn this thing, and the reason I'm sharing this thing so that you are more motivated to be able to drive that. I think what happened. Sorry for that. I pressed the wrong button here. Okay, here we go. So as you learn, and the reason I'm sharing that is so that you are motivated and to really stay with us over these 6 weeks and participate in learning and practicing. I will continue to repeat that practicing is what makes you enable. Just theoretically learning is not enough. Doing it by yourself, and again, you don't have to be a programmer or an engineer to implement a solution of your desire within your discipline or within your own passion or interest or so. 4 areas which I'll touch that thing, and then I'll go deeper into the first area. Again, revolutionize your workplace. And by the way, your workplace is not only if you're working for a company, but if you were a student, your workplace is the university where you are. And recognize what are the things that are difficult to get information on. Implement them using this skill. So that's just consider your workplace, your university, please, your classroom, please, if you are a student. If you are an employee, enable that workplace to really visualize in terms of bringing efficiencies. Entrepreneurial opportunities. As we have seen that thing after learning this skill, people are able to create new things. New things, creativity that enables is not only through how critical and thinking and intellectual you might have, but also what I've seen this thing really demonstrate well is through enablement as well. Once you feel that you can do, it opens up your mind. And we have seen that thing happening in hackathon. So your ability to create and turn in that creation or that innovative ideas, and many are innovative ideas are globally competitive in my view, and turn that into startup idea and startup company and success, that's very, very possible. Social impact, whether it's in the healthcare side, whether it's in your own community side, be able to use these tools to be able to social impactful solutions. That's amazing that you can do. Even I'm a strong believer that Pakistan still have a very high literacy rate through Gen AI, through the tools that enable through Gen AI and EdTech technologies that are getting enabled. We're going to leapfrog in the next 5 to 10 years, in my view, that even a small girl or boy in a village, without leaving the village, be able to become highly productive in the coming years. And that's going to happen. And we've already, working with some of the programs in that regard. Takmil is one of such programs that's doing that. And the freelancing services. Don't think freelancing services is only for those people who are doing the freelancing. There are a lot of students, they already had started on the digital marketing side, but digital marketing was a low pay service, but also it has been disruptive because of AI. Now you have an AI skill that you will learn, that you will be able to drive that thing at a high value. So just going deeper a little more into it, as Zafar Shahid said, बाय द वे डॉक्टर जफ़र जो हैं वो काफ़ी एक बहुत बड़ी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के टेक्निकल लीड हैं. जितना भी वीडियो स्ट्रीमिंग, आई कैन अश्योर यू यू सी वीडियो स्ट्रीमिंग थ्रू हिज टेक्नोलॉजी, थ्रू अंडर हिज विंग्स एवरी डे, डजेंट मैटर वेयर यू आर इन पाकिस्तान. तो ये उनके टेक्निकल लीड हैं. तो आई थिंक हैज़ अकम्प्लिश माशाल्लाह क्वाइट वेल, but he's seeing the amount of productivity increase in his job and his in personal life. Again, be able to start using AI capabilities. So we're going to talk about how you can use AI tools and how you can turn some of the very frequent workflows which are in your job or in a university. Doesn't matter, that you can turn them into highly efficient using the generative AI implementation or so. Enhance the decision making, streamline communication, especially whether it's supporting the customers or employees or students within a university. That's all gets enabled because of the generative AI. At the same time, at the macro level, be making your company to be more competitive, making your university to be more competitive, and become a globally basically a mark. Whether you're shipping a product and be able to start shipping that thing globally now, or whether you're ranking, university ranking, which is still we are 200 plus, most of the universities bring that thing up using some of these tools and enabling the education more effective for the students. So I'm going to continue to repeat that thing. Please, every individual of you, doesn't matter what year of a student you are or employee in an organization or a faculty, it's all empowering a skill that you are learning through this training. Entrepreneurship opportunities, new creative ideas, it just gets demonstrated in a hackathon itself. You will witness that thing by yourself, and you will witness, in fact, before then, when you are enabled that people, they share, I have developed this, I have developed that, and I've solved this problem, all sort of different things. There was a chemistry PhD student, and she, after learning the skill, and she, 2-3 days later, she said she solved a problem that she was trying to solve. She was a PhD student in chemistry, and amazing things that you're going to see in your life. And again, your global reach, in my view, a startup idea is not good enough if it's not unique enough globally. Pakistan is a small market right now. Serving the just local small market is not good enough, in my view, to startup to become a highly successful. And thinking about globally, and that's what this training would enable you for. Gen AI assistant, a lot of people are using their day planner, using even ChatGPT, or all sorts of different things that you can do with AI, and get to market faster and be able to do a market research within few minutes rather than days, or many times you were not even able to do because it was so expensive. Now within few minutes you can do market research and be able to define what's the product is needed and how to get that product out there using the tools and the development tools that are available. Solving social problems, AI-powered diagnostics. In the healthcare area, it's going to be huge disruption, especially the radiologists. They're going to be enabled with AI, but the human errors hopefully will go down in that context point of view. Also, missing the early presence of cancer or early detection of a tumor, whatever that may be. Also, this all gets hugely benefited from to be able to recognize those things very, very early using the proper AI implementation. And you could develop those solutions after learning this skill, by the way. This is so empowered. Mental health issues. Stress is growing. Doesn't matter among the women or men, they all, girls and boys, they're all facing high stress nowadays, and be able to solve that. The rulers solutions, especially in the agriculture area, we are so behind in productivity of agriculture because of a lack of education to our farmers, and be able to drive that amazing results and then address environmental issues that many obviously a lot more in that part of the world or so. Again, these are the solutions you will be able to develop even during this 6 weeks training. And in hackathon, you will develop and complete that thing within 48 hours. This is the power of that thing. I'll repeat it again. Don't give up your what we have seen. By the way, I shared the number that we provided training to more than 22,000. Only 10,000 received the certificates. What happened to other 12,000? They just gave up. And they just gave up on such a great opportunity in their life. They took a quiz 1, they quiz 2, and then boom, got drifted away into some other day-to-day things. So this is 6 weeks. Just once you have really focused, stay focused. So please try to stay focused on this one and participate through all the quizzes, participate through our learning and practicing, and be able to participate in the hackathon as well. Freelancing is one thing is going to be enabled whether you are a student or whether you are a freelancer, full-time or part-time, or even an employee, that be able to have enough time on the weekend to start freelancing and solve the problem for those small businesses, large business, mid-sized business. That's all possible. And we will do a session on the freelancing as well on the 5th week weekend and learn from that again. Again, in the opportunities, AI integration, develop solution, fine-tuning, RAG-based data integration, Gen AI consultants. Interesting part is any business that you provide these services to, they're going to need help on an ongoing basis as well. So it's a recurring business as well for you in the freelancing. Not only is highly paid, but also is going to be continuing high value for you. So the main objective is overall is in this context is that learn the Gen AI skills, and you're going to learn only if you practice. You're going to learn only you take all the quizzes. You're going to learn only you watch the sessions, not only training session, but also practice sessions and practice yourself. Build your portfolio. You could be able to develop various different solutions based on your interest and discipline. And those projects which you develop in 48 hours within 12 months, which as typical had been in the past, now you're able to do within 48 hours. You can put it on your resume. You can put it in your portfolio as you go into freelancing, as you go into apply for your job or so. That has never been possible before, which is now possible. And then obviously network and collaborate. We not only build this WhatsApp group and during the 6 weeks, but also we maintain those WhatsApp groups so you can continue to learn from each other, share with each other. So the general group, we allow, by the way, in each community, there are 4 communities representing this. As I said, there are more than some around 4,600 people have joined, 4,600 people have joined the WhatsApp group. And so that communities, we maintain that thing on an ongoing basis so you can continue to learn, collaborate, and various different things have come out of those things and stay up to date because this whole area is churning so fast and new technologies, new tools are getting developed. Agentic AI, which is again is a branch of generative AI, has become powerful because of the autonomous nature of that thing that enables a human nature in that regard also. So I'm going to stop here and now talk about the adaptive generative AI for mid-sized businesses. Again, though I have mentioned a few times already, the reason I decided to add this one is so that you start seeing, even as a student, you start seeing what are the nature of variables or nature of thinking that any business need to go through to be able to adopt AI. Not only for the business point of view, some are people from joining a big organization on this call without saying the name, but then also for the people who want to serve them, because they may not be savvy. So who's going to help them technically, or providing and implementing generative AI solution or so? It's the people who are learning from this training. So you start seeing that and start associating that how a solution can be enabled for a small or mid-sized business, and how you can enable through this training and become a solution provider to them as well. So not only to be able to lead within, if you are working for a company, but also to be able to provide services as a freelancer, as a contractor, or as an employee in future into those things. So why AI for businesses? We heard Zafar Shahid. He clearly mentioned that his productivity has gone, almost tenfold, and that's what's happening. So businesses who will adopt AI, they will become a lot more efficient. They will become more creative, innovative. Will have better products. They will be able to compete much better. And the business who will not implement, they're going to be left behind. It's the same story as like for employee as well. A person who is not going to learn AI is going to be left behind. People who are going to learn AI, they're going to move forward. Same applies to the businesses as well. So interesting thing is many of the workflows, many of the tasks in the businesses, they're repeatable. And those workflows, and they can be automated, and with AI becomes a lot more efficiently automated. Why the competitive edge? And early adopters, they're going to gain. Absolutely. Whoever adopts early, by the way, Pakistan as a nation adopts AI. Globally, it can make a bigger mark, like it was done in the software side by our neighbor country. We as an individual, or we as a company, whoever adopts first is going to have an edge. That's what is going to make them more expert, and versus the rest of the people. What does AI mean for businesses? First, very important, enhance employee productivity. Empowers the team members or the employees to be able to do job better and faster and better quality and more creatively. We'll touch on that thing. Number two, automates the repetitive work. There are a lot of things which are done, and we'll touch those details as well, and how to streamline them and automate them using generative AI. And some of the tasks further automate to autonomous level using the agentic AI. For example, a complaint came in from a customer. Typically, what happens, complaint gets logged in, somebody has a time where it's going to go through and follow up, resolve the problem, and then be able to communicate to back to the customer. Because all humanly done, many times they get broken down, they get stopped, and the customer is an unhappy customer. Versus using generative AI and the agentic AI approach, all of that thing can get automated, and the customer gets a response, solution is offered to the customer, all those automatically using the generative AI, agentic AI working together. So that's a simple example of that thing. Improves decision making. I do all the time. I use the chat GPT, or now Cloud or Gemini, many things, and I give all the variables that I'm thinking through, and to make a decision, I just give that thing, and they give a perspective and help me to decide better whether where I should invest, or where should I define a solution, propose a solution. Even the whole proposal gets written automatically, especially Claude is amazing. By the way, it's available free for up to certain usage. And it's amazing how effective proposal document it writes, just like that, by just giving a proper prompt. And then you are able to have a huge, and then in that document, it helps to think through and be able to make a better decision better. That should be used by all the different employees in their job. By the way, any teacher, faculty is feeling concerned about students using AI or ChatGPT? They should not, because this is the tools moving forward. It's like a calculator. Today we use calculator to do calculation so fast. So would be in a generative AI. So please do not discourage, in fact, encourage your students to use generative AI tools, whether it's Claude or Gemini or ChatGPT or others, and basically work with them to how to solve bigger problem faster in the respective discipline, working together, so that the student becomes highly capable than it has been in the past. So I think that should be the thinking versus, oh, no, 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 no. If you're going to write an essay or you're going to have assignment done using ChatGPT, it's not good. No, it should be encouraged. So this is with the way moving forward. That's the way it's going to be. And in their own personal life as well, in their teaching life, as well as working with their student life. And so would be the job as well. I've known one of the very important bank and a CEO who has not used the ChatGPT in Pakistan. So I continue to encourage him that, and he's a good writer, he's a good thinker, he's very good in numbers. But how about even on top of that, he would be able to take his productivity to another multiple notches up. So innovation become possible because once you start bringing ChatGPT or Claude in your in your decision processing, in your effort in terms of how to solve the problems, they will give you perspective that you may have not even thought about, because they're able to see the data a lot more than you are able to, and that's where these innovation and creativity comes from. So some of these implementation, obviously businesses they have started doing, they are seeing a 20 to 50% productivity gain. They have seen cost reduction in operational cost point of view. They're seeing better customer experience they are delivering to. For example, and I know DBS Bank in Singapore, it's more than 2 years. They've been using generative AI now, and they have saved more than $2 billion in their operational costs. And obviously, their customer experience gone up. I don't live in Singapore, but I know that they always try to be creative. It has been my client in the past, and the new revenue opportunities, the type of solution that you even not thought was possible now will become possible. On new products you will be able to serve within your whether your existing company or new startups or within your discipline or so. So it's all become possible. So where to start? So practical approach, I think is important, is always, you cannot boil the ocean overnight. It's always look at that way. So I think I always use an approach called 80-20 rule. So what are the 20% of the things that you can focus that has a 80% of influence? I think that's the place you start. What are the smaller steps you can take that has a bigger outcome? That's how you want to prioritize. So anyway, let's see what this one says. Focus on efforts on high frequency tasks performed daily. So what the tasks which are being done so frequently, so much, then let's start from there. Time-consuming workflows with the clear steps. And repetitive decision processes with defined rules. इनको ऑटोमेट कर दें, इसके AI के जरिए जो है वो आपको ज़्यादा बेटर रिजल्ट करेगा, बजाय इसके हर चीज़ को आप करने की कोशिश करें. स्टार्ट स्मॉल एंड देन स्केल फास्ट. तो मतलब यही हुआ कि उसको स्टार्ट स्मॉल करें, उसको टेस्ट करें. इफ इट्स वर्किंग देन एक्सपैंड इट. And that's where how you want to do in terms of any implementation in your startup, in your company, in your life. Always you want to pick which has a highest influence, better outcome, and you start there and then go to the next one after that. So when it comes to the employee productivity, these are the areas, and not only we have seen, and some people who have not applied that, they should, because this is the way to go in writing and communication. Whether you're writing an email, you're writing a memo, you're writing a proposal, your report, draft in seconds, and then once it's drafted, then review it, and you can fine tune. You can ask and by the way, in writing proposal, Claude is excellent. I'm really surprised. Obviously, ChatGPT does an excellent job as well, but when it comes to the writing proposal or reports, Claude is excellent. Writing emails, ChatGPT, Gemini do very, very well. Data analysis and summaries, and be able to, for example, I shared the survey result. Those graphs, by the way, they are made by ChatGPT. I just gave the data to them, and they just reviewed the data and got the main messages out, and then boom, they created a chart for me. And then I gave that chart to Gamma to be able to pretty up and everything also, and then it's done within a few seconds. So that's the pair. Otherwise, you had to go to a spreadsheet, plug in the numbers, create a one chart, then second chart, and all of that thing just within a few seconds. So applying that data analysis and applying and getting summaries, use these tools. Again, Gemini, Claude, ChatGPT, and everything. Research and insights. Doing a market research had never been so easy before. It's so easy now. And that's why I believe that any company or any one individual, they can become highly competitive. To become competitive, one of the first steps is to know what's out there and then to be better than others. But if you don't know what's out there, and which was the case because people were in silos, but now a huge amount of data is available to you and to ChatGPT and Claude and Grok and Gemini, that you are able to, whatever your interest is, find it out, and they will tell you just within few minutes, within a few seconds, sorry, what's out there and how you can become it. And then it will tell you that, okay, with that, if you want to become, then how you can become competitive. It will tell you that thing as well, which never be possible before. So I think learn that thing, by the way, and if you want to become competitive as a student, you can. As an employee, you can. As a faculty member, you can. Doesn't matter. And it will help you in that regard. Coding and automation. Obviously, Claude has done an amazing job. But I've talked to people, senior people from Salesforce. I've talked to from Meta, Salesforce, the Facebook people. And then I've talked to the Google people here in Silicon Valley. And all three of them, they said that what they have seen efficiency in coding going up to 40-45% today. So that's basically, if something was getting done in, let's say, 10 days, now they're getting it done in 6 days because of the AI. Claude has taken it to further as well. They're basically saying that they can increase by 90% and make the coding easy up to 90%, streamlined within a few prompts, get it done. So I've not tested by myself, but however, it just point out that that doesn't mean that many people who are computer science students, they should be worried. No, not at all. But however, learning the generative AI skills like we are covering here and learning these things, what is needed in the real life, that's why I'm sharing these some of the slides. That's what would enable you more than anyone else. And it's a huge opportunity in that. But if you continue to think oldest way, if your teacher continues to drive the oldest way, you're not going to go there anyway. So the faculty members must need to think broadly and more progressively. So would be the students, and be bold, because that's what is going to take you and make it competitive, because you can find out competitively how you can be competitive in globally or locally. It doesn't matter using these tools. And the meeting notes and follow-ups. By the way, this session not only is being recorded, it's being transcribed as well by the AI. So which should be the meetings, and be able, the meetings turns into no action items into follow-ups, and all of those things can be all automated. So these are the simple things the employees, they can do. These are simple things as a student you can do that become highly effective in your life. By the way, when Zafar Shahid says tenfold, in personal life, these are the tools they're using, and we'll come to that thing. These are some of the examples of 5 highest impact personal productive use cases. writing communication, 60 to 70% time you save. Meeting intelligence in terms of 600 plus hours. So like 100% remember that you will get the benefit from. By the way, these kind of efficiencies through meetings, some of the tools are available. Otter AI, Fireflies, and Copilot, all of those things should learn how to use them. And good news is these tools, and especially for an employer or employers, these are available to $15 to $20 or $30 maximum per month. Not a big deal for businesses. So these are easily available tools, and many of them they have a free version up to certain usage. And you know that thing, ChatGPT or Claude and all of those things, or Gemini, they are available for such thing. Research and knowledge synthesis, and some of these are repetition, but however, code and so it gives a little more deeper into that thing, and you can read them, and we will make these slides available. But this whole aspect of it, let's talk about the AI assistant decision support. So using AI as your thinking partner. I mean, the way I look at it, in my view, after your spouse, the next best friend should be, in my view, your ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini. Because that's what you just, as you talk to your friend, these are the different things. I want to solve the problem. It gives a really bigger picture with the friend, and then you drive that basically in an answer from them. Could you help me in think through? Exactly the same way you use ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini. Exactly the same way. So that's how you should, or any of you must need to, if you are not already doing. I assume by now that many of you are already doing, but however some are not. Now let's come to the workflow. What is workflow automation? Here's an example. So as I mentioned, today in a manual environment, there's a manual email responses comes in, you plug into spreadsheets, then you obviously when you have a time, you get to it, all of that thing that happens. And if you take all that workflow, which are happening manually, done into AI enabled, then that email that is received, it gets responded automatically by AI. It gets plugged into in the CRM system, updates point of view, behavior of that consumer, or interest and the concern of that consumer. Everything goes into the CRM, and then coming back to the customer with the instant gratification, engagement, valuable engagement. So obviously, it's going to it's going to affect greatly many of the long services that were becoming available from India or Pakistan to different companies, because it's all going to get AI enabled or becoming AI enabled. But however, this is where it's going. So what those companies they can do who provide people, they work through the night, they need to enable these, because many large organizations, they can figure it out, but the smaller ones, they should learn these things and provide these as a services to them also. So again, they can upgrade and update and possibly charge more out of that. So here is an example. Basically, there are 6 different workflows for typically every mid-sized business should automate first. One is the lead and CRM and lead generation. Basically, any company who does the business, they have either business customers or consumer customers. They always try to have a business from new customers. Those lead generations, they get processed manually. Sometimes they don't even get attention because a person doesn't have a salesperson, or follow-up that person doesn't have time. All of that thing should be automated, that workflow. Now you have a customer is using a product. Now customer has a feedback. Again, that should get automated. The whole aspect of complaint coming in, ticket management, response, and everything, all should get automated. And it shows that what percentage of can be. Content and marketing production, generating brochure, generating social media ads, or emails, or any of those things or even video now. Amazing how the video can be generated and looks real now. And all of that thing should be AI enabled. Finance and operation, all of the accounting related things, invoices generations, follow up on in terms of whether they got paid or not. All of that thing can be automated. All that workflow is very important. Human errors, they come into the play as well. All of that thing can be avoided. HR and people operation, the whole aspect of making sure that your employees are okay. And by the way, that applies to universities. All your students are okay. And then any new employee they want to hire, automating that process. Resumes coming in, they get sorted out by the people. They miss great sometimes candidates because they just missed it because of human error. All of that thing can be avoided now through the AI. And AI can make a better decision in terms of who are the right fit for the job they're looking for and be able to reducing the HR time by 50, 60% and getting a better candidate, better employee on board in that using that AI. Boarding and business intelligence, whole aspect of can be automated, whether finance related, customer reporting, whether all sort of different reporting, or even at the university reporting and sharing with the students. All of that thing can be automated, should be automated, and provide immediate time saving and human saving. AI trends business must leverage generative AI agent. They all based on generative AI, but AI agent makes it more autonomous in terms of completing a task rather than human involvement. RAG, the whole aspect of you cannot do without data integration. And because data is dynamic many times, it's dynamic data integration, all this done using RAG technology. We will also cover that thing in this training. No code or low code AI powered generation, and you will learn that thing, how you be able to develop solutions without writing a single line of code by yourself through this training. AI automation platforms, end-to-end, and the whole orchestrating the workflow of the entire operation or subset of the operation. There are tools available, and we'll share that thing with you as well. So recommended tools, productivity point of view, ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini. You're already using it. If you're not, you should be. They are all free up to a certain extent. Your daily, as a student, you don't need to have a paid version, in my view. Automation, unless you start doing freelancing, then obviously it's worthwhile to pay for better, more capabilities. Automation, Zapier, Make.com, Otter. These are the different tools available. Otter is for the meeting transcripts and action items. Data analytics, Power BI, plus AI, Notion AI, all of these things are able to give you a lot more intelligent dashboard, sorting out the data and making a more intelligent view out of that data. Customer support, intercoms, Zendesk, Fireflies. These are the trending ones. There are many other ones as well. And the CRM sync, which Fireflies does. Development, GitHub Copilot, Canva, Gamma is presentation, which I use. All of these slides are put together by Gamma. Canva, you have to do some of the manual work. Gamma is just amazing. The job does. Up to 8 slides, they do free of charge as well. So, you should use that Gamma I think it's .gamma.com. So I have a paid service, but however, that's is amazing job it does. And then writing codes and everything also. Yeah, as you implement AI, you have to integrate with your existing system. First, you start, which is like kind of get going and using 80-20 rule. What are the things that you can do even in silos and get started? But over time, you must integrate with your data to have a real benefit of your system or so. And that's what you're going to learn, that RAG system. And then obviously some of the ERP systems, many ERP system now getting developed from scratch. So, the existing ones, Siebel or, the Oracle or SAP and everything also, and either they change themselves and otherwise, and they're going to be badly affected because the ground up version of the Gen AI based ERP system, they're going to be a lot more nimble, effective, and so there's a disruption taking place in that area, by the way. Email communication, every email and that you receive a response, you can figure it out how to respond. You just give that email to ChatGPT or Claude and write a response to for you. And then you can edit that thing, but you get a whole structure and well written to start with. Also, internal database, knowledge base, all of that thing can be done. AI agent is a game changer in every respect point of view because it allows execute end to end on its own. At the same time, it needs to be carefully done so that you don't want to have all that done, something going wrong very badly for the customer. So all of that thing has to be properly looked at and tested with. For example, if you really look at it, autonomous car in San Francisco or here in San Jose, where we live, most of the car services, Uber type of services, is now autonomous cars from Google, Waymo, and they come in without a driver, they pick you up, they take you where you want to go. It's a version of agentic AI, basically. But they tested it for many years and make sure that it doesn't run into accident. So once they have made sure that thing, then so same way, I don't mean that you need to test 15 years, but however, whatever the agentic AI implementation that you do, you test it, make sure more sensitive it is if it's touching the customer, just test it more carefully. If it's touching within your system where you can control the or manage and any chaos could happen, you can get started with a little testing. So it's all a business decision in that regard. So both the aspect of the governance and risk management needs to be, as I was just touching on, and the change management. Leadership buy-in has to come in, whether in university level to implement something at the broader customers level. By the way, some of my graduates from this program, they have started internship and WhatsApp groups, and there are a couple of thousand people on that internship. So many times, as a student, if you have a great idea to help other students, like iCodeGuru is a great idea to helping other students to teach each other. You can guide them to get them jobs. You can guide them in the freelancing, whatever that ideas you may have or so. You can get started using WhatsApp or other tools and engage your fellow students with that thing also, in whatever that value you're delivering, but the good value. For example, one of son of my friends, he started level A, O level, A level help in exams. He got more than 1 million students, and he's only, I think it was like a 16 years old, and he just joined in Canada University, but he was based in Karachi. So you should feel empowered. Nothing should hold you back. If you can't convince any senior, doesn't matter. You do whatever you can do within your potential customer base, your fellow base or something. At job, you need to have a buy-in and everything, but show them something simply implemented and then be able to demonstrate that thing to the CEO, to the owner of the business or your manager. And hopefully they will understand how valuable that money is. So you can have that become a driver of a change. When it comes to governance and risk, all these things have to be very carefully managed. In the ethical point of view, we will have a session on ethical usage as well as in terms of a risk management point of view. Testing is the most important thing in that regard. Measuring ROI is very important. Keep on when you implement, make sure that your KPIs and keep basically key indicators, what's the outcome that you're expecting, whether the outcome is according to that thing or better or lesser, then you fine tune things accordingly and avoid the common mistakes in that regard. So for quick wins, smart immediately, AI for email writing, AI meeting summaries, repetition, but however, just important to sort of summarize here. AI chatbot for FAQs and AI marketing content. These are the easy ones to get going or so. So this is my last chart. Then we'll open up to some questions, answers as well. Your action plan, basically train your team, learn yourself, become expert through this training, and then start training some of the few people who you think you need to really implement, whether it's in a university or at a workplace, um, and or within faculty community for that university, for the students in their university. Choose workflows, what can be automated, implement with the integration, and test it, and then measure ROI at the results. And if it's working well, if you start with one classroom and scale it to the whole university. You start with the one small department, you scale with the multiple departments. So that's the way it should be. By the way, that's the way any startup also should do. Start small, and then a vision can be big, but you cannot boil the ocean overnight, but you take small pieces and implement them in phases. So with that, do follow Park Angels. Again, we are working on getting the cybersecurity training put together as well. Rafiq Rahman is working on it, and then chip design as well in that regard. So, and many other things that we'll share and continue to follow up on that thing. And register yourself on parkangel.com to benefit. So with that, I'm going to stop here. So Tala,
जी सर। सर हम
Okay.
कुछ क्वेश्चन आंसर ले लेते हैं।
हाँ बिल्कुल।
मैं नेम कॉल करता हूँ वन बाय वन। जैसे हैंड रेज हुए हैं तो हमारे पास टिल 9:55 टाइम है, तो हम क्वेश्चन ले लेते हैं। जी जिशान ली, मैंने आपको अनम्यूट किया, आप क्वेश्चन कर सकते हैं। और एक रिक्वेस्ट है, सबसे काइंडली अपना कंप्लीट नेम यूज़ करें ताकि आई नो कि मैं नेम क्या कॉल करूँगा। ठीक है। राइट नो AHR है, PC है, तो काइंडली प्लीज़ इनको अपडेट कर लीजिएगा। जिशान ली। अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
वालेकुम सलाम।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम जीशान बॉस, क्या खिदमत है?
सर क्या मैं इसको जेनरेटिव एआई को यूज़ करके अपने वर्कफ्लो को ऑटोमेट कर सकता हूँ?
Yes. So with the combination of two things, one is what you will learn through this training, you will know how to solve problems and a lot more quickly, effectively without writing any piece of code. But then you also use some of the tools that I mentioned, which help to automate this, the workflow using AI. And these tools, again, they are not very expensive to start with, whether $10 or $15 per month as a service fee you pay, and you can start automating some of the workflows. So combination of two, yes. So this is a good
Sir,
starting point for you. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Welcome.
ओके मानूर फातिमा, आपको अनम्यूट किया गया है, आप अपना क्वेश्चन कीजिए। मानूर फातिमा।
हेलो, अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर।
वालेकुम सलाम।
सर हमें इसके PDF और शीट्स फाइल मिल जाएंगी?
हाँ बिल्कुल, अच्छा वो आपने सवाल पूछा। तो हम इस सेशन के बाद जो है ना व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में हम शेयर करेंगे लिंक एक गूगल शीट का। इस गूगल शीट पे ऑल ऑफ
जी सर।
द लिंक्स प्रोवाइड होंगे जो रिकॉर्डेड सेशन होंगे, जो डेक इस्तेमाल हुआ है या स्लाइड्स इस्तेमाल हुई हैं वो उसमें शेयर होंगी, और वक्त के साथ प्रैक्टिस सेशन में अगर कोड इस्तेमाल हुआ है जो जनरेट करता है चैट GPT वगैरह जो है, वो सारा जो है या प्रॉम्प्ट दिया है वो सब चीज़ें शेयर होंगी। तो आपने ये जो गूगल शीट का लिंक हम भेजेंगे, इसको जो है ना आपने सेव कर लेना, और ये पूरे 6 वीक्स में आपके काम आएगा, क्योंकि सारे सेशन सब डॉक्यूमेंटेशन जो भी हम शेयर करेंगे उसके लिंक्स हम इसमें प्रोवाइड करते हैं बेसिकली। ठीक है।
और
सर
सर जो
अगर आप
क्विज़ेस
मुझे
हैं उनका भी इसी के अंदर ही होगा या
दोबारा सवाल
मटेरियल?
पूछिए क्या।
सर जो क्विजेस देने हैं हमने
जी
उनका
जी।
मटेरियल भी उसी के अंदर ही होगा, शीट्स के अंदर ही?
अच्छा देखें, क्विज़ जो होता है वो इस पे कि जो आपने सीखा है इसमें ट्रेनिंग के ज़रिए और प्रैक्टिस सेशन के ज़रिए, तो वो तो आपने इन्हीं सेशन को अटेंड करना है लाइव। अगर आप नहीं कर सके या आपने समझ नहीं आई तो आपने रिकॉर्डेड सेशन को जो है वो अपने पेस के मुताबिक सुनना है और सीखना है, ठीक है। और फिर उसके बाद जब क्विज होगा,
थैंक यू
क्विज
सो
आपको
मच।
देंगे वहाँ पे उस सिस्टम में जिसमें आपने लॉग इन किया है, जो असेसमेंट सिस्टम में जहाँ पे आपने ईमेल एड्रेस और पासवर्ड के जरिए लॉग इन किया है, वहाँ पे सारे क्विज होंगे। और एवरी वीक क्विज जो है ना, जो उस वीक का क्विज है वो एक्टिवेट होगा और आपके पास 3 डेज के करीब होंगे उस क्विज को लेने के, ठीक है।
जी थैंक यू सो मच
ठीक है,
सर।
नेक्स्ट।
सर इस
सर
कोर्स में
सर
ये
एलएलएम
अगर आप
और
मुझे
लैंग्वेज पढ़ेंगे?
ऑफ द लाइन, ये जो आप द सीक्वेंस जो है कोई भी सवाल नहीं लेंगे हम। सुमेरा मकसूद, आपका
सर
क्या सवाल है?
सर आप मुझे जस्ट 2 मिनट्स देंगे, मैं इनको एक्चुअली शीट शेयर कर दूं इफ पॉसिबल,
जैसा एक्सलेंट
ताकि
आइडिया, चले,
उनको पता चल जाए यूज़ कैसे करनी है।
बिल्कुल सही है।
ओके, तो मैं स्क्रीन शेयर कर रहा हूँ, उसके अंदर मैं आपको शीट आपने सेस कैसे करनी है एक तो वो भी बता दिया जाएगा, और सेकेंडली शीट में क्या क्या चीज़ें हैं। तो राइट नो हमारे पास सर मुझे बताइएगा मेरी स्क्रीन शेयर हो रही है, लेट मी नो।
नॉट yet, या नाउ इज कमिंग अप।
ओके, तो ये हमारे पास गूगल शीट है, ठीक है, जिसके अंदर ऑल द इंफॉर्मेशन जो इस कोहोर्ट से रिलेटेड है, ऑल काइंड ऑफ रिकॉर्डिंग्स, गूगल डॉक्यूमेंट्स, ऑल काइंड ऑफ स्लाइड्स, सारी की सारी चीज़ें इसमें अवेलेबल होंगी। फॉर एग्जाम्पल राइट नो आपके साथ जो आप कम्युनिटी में ऐड हैं उसके अंदर सर ने आपके साथ डिफरेंट लिंक शेयर किए हैं। तो हमारे पास दिस इज़ ओवर कोहोर्ट 3 कंप्लीट डॉक्यूमेंट, ठीक है, जो हमने कंप्लीट फॉलो अप करना है। ये हमारा गूगल डॉक्यूमेंट होगा जिसके अंदर सारे के सारे सेशन की डिटेल्स हैं। सिमिलरली दिस इज़ अ वाइट पेपर जो आपके साथ सर ने कम्युनिटी में शेयर किया था। तो हमारे पास ये कम्युनिटी के अंदर वो पेपर का लिंक भी मैंने इधर अटैच कर दिया है। ये जूम का लिंक फॉर ऑल द सेशन यही रहेगा, सेम रहेगा, ये चेंज नहीं होगा। जो ऑफिशियल स्ट्रीम्स हैं यूट्यूब की वो आप इस लिंक से डायरेक्टली गेट कर सकते हैं। फॉर एग्जांपल भी राइट नो हमारा ये सेशन जो है वो लाइव स्ट्रीम हो रहा है, और ये हमारे पास मेन पेज भी यहाँ पे शो हो रहा है, दिस इज़ ओवर लाइव स्ट्रीम सेशन। अब अगर हम बात करते हैं प्ले लिस्ट की स्पेसिफिकली, तो मैंने एक स्पेसिफिक प्ले लिस्ट भी इसकी बना के इधर ऐड कर दी है, कि अगर आपको स्पेसिफिक सेशंस चाहिए जो इस प्ले लिस्ट में हैं वो सारे के सारे इधर मौजूद होंगे, ठीक है, वो इधर मैं सारे मौजूद होंगे। देन हमारे पास मेन सेशन की टाइमिंग 8 to 10 PM है, ठीक है, जो कि संडे और मंडे को होगा। आज हमारा मेन सेशन पहला था जिसके अंदर इनाग्रेशन सेरेमनी थी। जो प्रैक्टिस सेशन हुआ करेंगे वो 8 to 9 PM पे होंगे, ठीक है, वो ट्यूसडे टू फ्राइडे होंगे। फ्राइडे मोस्ट प्रोबेबली जनरल क्वेश्चन आंसर सेशन होगा जिसके अंदर आपकी क्यूरी रिजोल्व की जाएंगी। और सैटरडे वाला दिन वो ऑफ होगा, उसके उस दिन हमारा सेशन नहीं होगा। क्विज़ के लिए आपने स्पेसिफिकली इस पोर्टल के ऊपर जाना है। इस पोर्टल की क्रेडेंशियल्स जो हैं वो आपको ईमेल के ज़रिए शेयर कर दिए गए हैं, ठीक है, वो आपने उसके अंदर यूज़र नेम और पासवर्ड आपको गिवन है, आपने उसकी मदद से इसको लॉगिन करना है। आज का जो सेशन हमारे पास हुआ है, जो हमारे पास इनागुरेशन सेरेमनी थी, उसकी रिकॉर्डिंग का लिंक वो डायरेक्टली मैंने अटैच कर दिया है, ठीक है। स्लाइड्स जो यूज़ हुई हैं वो भी अटैच हो जाएंगी, आप इस शीट से असेस कर सकते हैं। अब बात करते हैं इस गूगल शीट को कंप्लीट को असेस कैसे करना है। सर आई होप मेरा व्हाट्सएप भी शो हो रहा होगा।
ऐसे अभी शीट शो हो रही
व्हाट्सएप की स्क्रीन शेयर हो रही है, व्हाट्सएप वाली।
है।
हाँ अब हो रही है, यस।
ओके, तो हमारे पास जो है ना ये आपके पास ग्रुप है जिसमें आप ऐड हो, ठीक है। कुछ मेंबर्स ए ग्रुप में ऐड हैं, कुछ में बी में है, कुछ सी में है, कुछ डी में है, ठीक है। हर एक ए बी ग्रुप के अंदर फर्दर ग्रुप 1 और ग्रुप 2 है। तो आप किसी भी एक ग्रुप में ऐड हो सकते हो, ज़रूरी नहीं कि सारे सारे ऐड होने हैं। जस्ट आपने क्या करना है, उस ग्रुप के टाइटल के ऊपर क्लिक करना है। टाइटल पे क्लिक करने के बाद आपके पास यहाँ पे देखें, आपको यहाँ पे उसकी डिस्क्रिप्शन शो हो रही होगी ऑन द राइट साइड। अगर आप ये लैपटॉप पे ओपन करते हैं तो इधर भी आ जाएगी, मोबाइल पे करेंगे तब भी आ जाएगा। तो यहाँ पे देखें तो ये हमारे पास कोहोर्ट 3 की जितने भी रिसोर्सेज आपने असेस करने हैं वो आप यहाँ से लिंक को क्लिक करेंगे और असेस कर सकते हैं, ठीक है। तो दिस इज़ द कंप्लीट स्टेप बाय स्टेप गाइड, आप क्या क्या चीज़ें कर सकते हैं। सेकेंडली आई वर रिसीविंग क्वेश्चन के क्या अटेंडेंस होगी इस कंप्लीट कोहोर्ट की, तो अटेंडेंस इसके अंदर नहीं है, लेकिन आपने क्विजेस टाइमली अटेम्प्ट करने हैं, ठीक है। सेशन आप ज्वाइन करें, लाइव लाइव सेशन के अंदर ज़्यादा लर्निंग होती है, रिकॉर्डिंग अदरवाइज यूट्यूब पे भी बड़ी पड़ी हुई है, ठीक है। तो थैंक यू एवरीवन, जी नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन लेते हैं।
ग्रेट। By the way, and I should add as well, then there's a general group. हर एक community, the reason चार communities, the reason we have four communities, because WhatsApp doesn't allow more than 2,000 per community. So that's why, and it doesn't allow more than 1,000 per group. So that's why we have two groups per community, and then we have four communities accommodating up to 8,000 people. In each community, then we have a general group, because in the group one and group two, you would not be able to post, with the exception of admin. In general group, we will open up for anyone to share and post. But however, such posts must need to be relevant to this training. If we find that thing is not relevant, then and we give a warning, but if the warning is not listened, we will remove that participant from the WhatsApp group and from the training. Number one. Number two is please avoid posting anything irrelevant, because it's better to keep those general group open, allow people to share ideas, thoughts, and share what they have accomplished, everything within this training context. So that said, let's move to the next question, please.
समीन अमीर आप अपना क्वेश्चन कर सकते हैं, आपको अनम्यूट किया गया। वालेकुम अस्सलाम।
मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि इस कोर्स को करने के बाद हम कहीं जॉब कर सकते हैं?
यस, ये जब कोर्स अब डिपेंड करता है कि आपने अपने क्या एजुकेशन वगैरह ली हुई है, लेकिन आप ये जो स्किल है इसके ऊपर फोकस करते हैं। ये स्किल सीखने के बाद और प्रैक्टिस जब आप कर लें, एंड यू स्टार्ट सॉल्विंग वेरियस डिफरेंट प्रॉब्लम्स, और जो भी आपका इंटरेस्ट है जिस फील्ड में या इंडस्ट्री में, उनके प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करें, फिर वो सॉल्व अपने आप रिज्यूमे पे डालें, बायोडाटा पे, और उसको जो है फिर आप जॉब के लिए अप्लाई करें। और जो आपका एम्प्लॉयर जो है वो would be very surprised that the type of problems you may have solved by then, and then they will hire you for with the expectation that you're gonna try to solve the problem, which you will be able to once you have practice. So answer is yes, but it does require faithfully learning and practicing. Okay. Next question, Abdul.
ओके, अब्दुल राफी अपना क्वेश्चन कर सकते हैं, आपको अनम्यूट कीजिए। अब्दुल राफी।
Next, let him.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम
Yeah. Okay. वालेकुम सलाम।
सर। मेरा क्वेश्चन ये था कि बहुत ज़्यादा ना आजकल एआई में कंपटीशन बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया है। तो मैं पूछना चाह रहा था कि हमारे जो यूनिवर्सिटीज़ के प्रोजेक्ट्स होते हैं और दूसरी दूसरी चीज़ें होती हैं, क्या एआई को उन प्रोजेक्ट्स में यूज़ करना ठीक है? इज इट दैट?
Absolutely. Not only ठीक है, मैं कहता हूँ you must need to. That's the only way you will learn. Because everything is going to become enabled with AI. अगर आपने अभी से नहीं शुरू किया लर्न करना, जो भी प्रोजेक्ट्स हो रहे हैं, जो भी असाइनमेंट हो रही हैं, उनको आप करें, उसको बहुत कंपेटिटिव बनाएं, उसको बहुत ज़्यादा हाई वैल्यू बनाएं, उसके मुताबिक जो है। देखें, वो पुराना ज़माना नहीं होगा कि आप बैठ के कभी आपको सब मैनुअली आपको सॉल्व करना है। आज कौन आपको कहता है कि कैलकुलेटर इस्तेमाल ना करें, आप सारे जो कैलकुलेशन जो आप पेज के ऊपर लिख कर करें, आप कोई नहीं कहता। कैलकुलेटर इस्तेमाल करना ज़रूरी है, लाजमी है। इसी तरह जेएनएआई को इस्तेमाल करते हुए आपको प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करना, असाइनमेंट करना, ये और उन असाइनमेंट को बहुत ज़्यादा वैल्यूबल बनाना बहुत ज़रूरी है, बिकॉज दैट्स हाउ यू गोना लर्न टू सर्वाइव।
ओके, थैंक यू सो मच।
आंसर यस।
ओके, जवेरिया जुल्फिकार अपना क्वेश्चन कर सकते हैं, आपको अनम्यूट किया। जवेरिया जुल्फिकार।
Assalamualaikum, sir.
वालेकुम सलाम।
Sir, my question is related to AI. In routine, we also use AI for our assignments and daily tasks. But I think after using AI, the assignment doesn't feel like I have done myself or something. Uh, these type of concerns raise up always.
I think that's a very good point. Because of AI, you get assignment done so fast. That's why I say that you also should look into what's the value that you have added. The type of prompt that you have given to generate that assignment is what matters. अगर आपने if you have given a very simple prompt, you're going to get assignment done very simple way. So your focus should be that your prompt and your value add should be very high to start with. Number one, that what prompt you give, very powerful in terms of with the more variables for that assignment, what you can think of. That thinking is the most important thing. What you can think of, you should put it in prompt, number one. Whatever the output comes out, then you need to review it and then see where are the areas that it could be further improved based on your thinking, based on. So once you have this kind of iteration, then you will have a your जिसको कहते हैं प्रोफेशनल सेटिस्फेक्शन भी होगी आपको कि भी हाँ आपने यू हैव कंट्रीब्यूटेड टू द लेवल, और वो जो रिपोर्ट आएगी निकलेगी वो भी ज़्यादा पावरफुल होगी और आपको अच्छे नंबर भी मिलेंगे. ठीक है.
And sir, there is also concerns about privacy, like many things, many information that they say don't share with AI, and in the
देखिए
today's
प्राइवेसी का जो है ना, कट शॉर्ट बिकॉज टाइम इज गोना रन आउट. प्राइवेसी के ऊपर आप एज इंडिविजुअल तो बिल्कुल कंसर्न ना फील करें, because it's being used by millions of people, and your individual, it gets fed into whatever the fine tuning aspect of things or so, but your data or your privacy is not going to be affected in my view that much. But however, if you are a corporation, you have a customer data, if you have all of the sensitive data of your corporation, that they need to be sensitive about that. There are ways to manage that privacy of that data the way you implement the AI. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Next question.
जोहार रहमान, आप अपना क्वेश्चन कर सकती हैं, आपको अनम्यूट किया गया.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam.
Sir, as the AI is becoming more powerful and capable of handling many tasks, I am concerned about its impacts on our own thinking ability. If we start relying too much on AI, how can we assure that our thinking and problem solving skill continue to develop? And also, how can we use AI in a positive and balanced way so that it enhances our learning instead of making us depend on it?
So I think in fact, it's going to be other way around. Your thinking has to be sharpened up now. Your thinking has to be sharpened up now to stand out in this new AI world. If you're not thinking, if you're not applying, as I said just a minute ago, if you're not giving a prompt with the proper thinking, proper all the variables you can think of, जो मैटर करते हैं उस सब्जेक्ट पे, जो आप उस सब्जेक्ट पे लिखवा रहे हैं, या प्रपोजल लिखवा रहे हैं, या फिर आप कोई डॉक्यूमेंट लिखवा रहे हैं, दैट्स द प्लेस योर शार्पनेस इज गोना कम इन, एंड यू हैव टू बिकम मोर शार्पर than otherwise. So in fact, it's the other way around. I repeat that you must need to have an intellectual mind and critical thinking, lot more sharpen up now moving forward to leverage AI and to get ahead of the other people, from the other people, and become competitive. ये जो ज़्यादातर वो हेल्प करेगा, वो जो रिपेटिटिव थिंग्स हैं, अगर आपको ये फील होता है कि मैंने 4 घंटे काम किया, बहुत काम किया, उसके बाद आपने एक रिपोर्ट लिखी 2 पेजेस की, इफ दैट्स व्हाट फील वर्सेस आपने 2 मिनट में वो 2 रिपोर्ट लिखवा ली, एक ये सेकंड सिनेरियो है, ठीक है, जो एआई के जरिए. एक तीसरा सिनेरियो है कि जो आपने 2 मिनट की बजाय 5 मिनट लगाए, आपने उसको सही तरीके से प्रॉम्प्ट भी दिया, उसको फिर रीड भी किया, उसमें फिर वैल्यू भी ऐड की, उसमें 5 मिनट लगे. वो जो थर्ड सिनेरियो है, ये डिज़ायरेबल सिनेरियो है. वो पहले 40 मिनट का सिनेरियो डिज़ायरेबल नहीं है. दैट्स अ वेस्ट ऑफ टाइम नाउ इन दिस न्यू वर्ल्ड. और 2 मिनट्स का भी डिज़ायरेबल नहीं है कि भी आप ना ईजी खाते में जो है ना वो आगे बढ़ गए. ईजी खाता नहीं, आप मेहनत करें, लेकिन मेहनत जो है वो इंटेलेक्चुअल मेहनत होनी चाहिए. अब तो क्या चाहिए होगा आपको? इंटेलेक्चुअल थिंकिंग चाहिए होगी, आपको क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग चाहिए होगा, आपको सोचना पड़ेगा इसको क्या चीज़ें और चीज़ें इंप्रूव कर सकते हैं. उसने और आइडिया दे दिया, बल्कि उसको कहो कि मैं ये आई एम थिंकिंग दिस थिंग, व्हाट डू यू थिंक अबाउट इट, इट विल गिव यू फर्दर आइडियाज. And it's amazing, you get into a dialogue with that ChatGPT or Claude, and then what you get output is the highly valuable output with the better thinking, better thinking contribution from you as a person, as a human. ठीक है? Zohar, did you get it?
Okay.
Okay, yeah, let's move forward. By the way, sometimes it's very, very easy for you not understand the concept because it's a new concept, may not agree, but that's okay. I think with time, over time, we will learn enough that people who get it faster, they will edge than others. Who don't get it faster, they will learn over time anyway. So please continue.
ओके हसनैन अली अपना क्वेश्चन कर सकते हो, आपका अनम्यूट किया
Assalamu alaikum, sir. Sir, so the question is, sometimes I know that what I want to achieve and what are the mistakes I am getting from the AI. So to resolve those mistakes, it require a lot of iterations. Like I have to, if I try to fix one mistake of the AI, it creates more issues as well. So how can I like make this approach efficient so that it does not introduce new errors, like new issues? For example, if I report I am generating, it should like remember the old fixes I told him and the new as well. Also, due to the nature of my chats, the premium models also get expired. So I also get a timeout as well. So I need help to like you can say eradicate this limitation.
आई थिंक दैट्स अ वेरी गुड कमेंट एंड क्वेश्चन. तो मैं ऐसे ही कहूँगा, जैसे आप किसी दोस्त को जो है वो अभी 13 ईयर हुआ है, 14 ईयर का हुआ है या 12 ईयर का हुआ है, आप साइकिल चलाना सिखा रहे हो या गाड़ी चलाना सिखा रहे हो, तो वो एरर करते हैं, आप बार बार एरर वही करते हैं, तो वो आप उसको बार बार फीडबैक करते हो. वही हिसाब यहाँ पे है कि आप बार बार जो उसने एरर किया उसको फिर आप उसको कहो कि ये इस तरह की एरर दोबारा नहीं करना, और जब नेक्स्ट प्रॉम्प्ट दे रहे हो तो यू कैन से दैट मेक श्योर दैट यू डोंट मेक दैट एरर. तो इस तरह के जो इटरेशन प्रोसेस जो है ना, वो अब तो उन्होंने मेमोरी वगैरह डालना शुरू कर दी, वो आपको जानना शुरू हो गया. चैट जीपीटी आपको जानता है. अब आप 2-3 के बाद भी पूछ लो कि यार मेरे बारे में आप क्या जानते हो, वो सारा बता देगा आपको. ठीक है, तो वो चीज़ें लर्न करेगा. लेकिन ये इस तरह की लर्निंग जो है ना, ये इज पार्ट ऑफ द प्रोसेस टू मेक दिस एआई बेटर. तो यस, समटाइम यू नीड टू स्टे इंटरेक्टिव बट बी स्मार्ट. ट्राई टू ऑब्जर्व. यहीं की मैं बात कर रहा हूँ कि जो खातून पूछ रही थी तो कि भाई हमारी इंटेलिजेंस नीचे चलेगी. मैं नहीं समझता इंटेलिजेंस नीचे जाएगी, आपकी इंटेलिजेंस ऊपर जाएगी, बिकॉज यू गोना बी मोर ऑन अ हाई वैल्यू क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग rather than just hard work, 4 hour hard work, and then you think that you did a lot of thinking. No, थिंकिंग इसी में आती है. उसमें देखो कि किस तरह के एरर कर रहा है, उसको कैसे आप उसको बैलेंस करो, उसको क्या प्रॉम्प्ट दो कि वो दोबारा से एरर न करे. ये सोच जो है ना, ये सब चीज़ें आपको इफेक्टिव बनाएंगी. ठीक है.
ओके आप भी तस्नीन अपना क्वेश्चन कर सकते हैं, आपको अनम्यूट किया गया है. आप भी तस्नीन.
I think we're going to take just one more, 2 more questions. So Abid, yeah, please go ahead.
वालेकुम सर.
वालेकुम सलाम.
सर जी अभी स्टार्टिंग से बेसिक जो हम लर्नर होते हैं ना, डेवलपर्स, वो वाइब कोडिंग करे.
आप थोड़ा सा ऊंचा बोले, आपकी आवाज़ अब बहुत आहिस्ता बोल रहे हो यार.
सर मैं कह रहा हूँ जनरेटिव एआई के थ्रू वाइब कोडिंग करे तो वो ठीक होगा?
अगर जनरेटिव एआई के जरिए आप कोडिंग करवाएंगे वो ठीक होगा, ये सवाल आपका?
जी जी सर.
हाँ हाँ बिल्कुल. देखिए आपका क्या मकसद है, कोडिंग लिखना मकसद है कि आपको प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने का मकसद है? क्या ऑब्जेक्टिव है आपका? प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने का मकसद वो ऑब्जेक्टिव है ना, कि प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करना. अगर आप वो प्रॉब्लम ज़्यादा तेज़ी से जल्दी से सॉल्व कर लेते हो, ज़्यादा इफेक्टिव क्वालिटी ऑफ कोड के जरिए सॉल्व कर लेते हो, तो आप यू शुड डू दैट थिंग. ये वही बात आएगी ना कि भाई आपका मकसद 4 घंटे फजूल में ज़ाया करना है, और एक जगह पहुंचने के लिए वो भी आप परफेक्टली नहीं पहुंच सकते, या फिर यह है कि आप ने वहाँ पे जल्दी पहुंचना और क्वालिटी के वर्क के साथ पहुंचना अच्छे टूल्स का इस्तेमाल करते हुए, वो वाला बात है. ऐसे आप ऐसे ले लें कि भाई कोई कारपेंटर है, अगर कारपेंटर के पास टूल्स नहीं है, जो रियल टूल्स होते हैं, जो जो उनको शार्प करते हैं और उसको सही तरीके से वो फर्नीचर बनने के लिए आसानी बना देते हैं, अगर वो टूल्स ना हो और आप बगैर वो थोड़े ना चाकू के जरिए बैठ जाओगे, आपको ना कई दिन लगोगे वो ये एक मेज़ बनाने में, वो आपको इफेक्टिव लगेगा? नहीं. आपको टूल्स चाहिए अच्छे. ये एआई थिंक ऑफ द एज ए टूल टू गेट यू देयर फास्टर फॉर द ऑब्जेक्टिव. आपने वही टेबल जो बनानी है, आप 4 दिन लगा के बनाओगे एक फजूल सी टेबल, या कुछ थोड़ी देर में लगा दो बना दोगे वो टेबल जो है टूल्स के जरिए, अच्छे टूल्स के जरिए. तो थिंक ऑफ दैट वे प्लीज. लास्ट क्वेश्चन पे ले लेते हैं बस. एम इलियास, आपका क्या सवाल है? चलें फिर अब I think we are out of time. So again, I encourage you, most of the people who stayed, I think it's very important that you take it all the way through the 6 weeks of journey, learn, practice, take part of the quizzes, take part of an hackathon, and build on your own. Share that thing in the general group so the other people they get motivated as well, and turn your basically in your personal and professional life into the next level, in my view. With that said, thank you for joining. Alhamdulillah. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.
थैंक यू एवरीवन फॉर ज्वाइनिंग एट द इनॉग्रेशन सेरेमनी। तो इंशाल्लाह आपके जो रिमेनिंग क्वेश्चंस हैं वो कमिंग डेज के अंदर आंसर होते जाएंगे। एंड स्पेसिफिकली फॉर दोज पर्सन जिनके कमिंग डेज में ड्यूरिंग द सेशन नहीं होगा, हम फ्राइडे को डेडिकेट करेंगे ताकि आपके क्वेश्चन आंसर जो से हैं वो रिजोल्व हो जाएं। ठीक है, तो इंशाल्लाह हम कल अगेन मिलते हैं। कल हमारा मेन सेशन होगा जिसके अंदर हम काम करेंगे और पढ़ेंगे कि चैट जीपीटी क्या होता है, जनरेटिव एआई क्या होता है, ये काम कैसे करते हैं, इनकी जो थोड़ी सी टर्मिनोलॉजीज हैं वो क्या होती हैं। तो इंशाल्लाह कल मिलते हैं। थैंक यू एवरीवन। अल्लाह हाफिज़ एवरीवन।
Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.